Good evening, everybody. DJ Styles here at Custom Corpses, and let me put my channel on so I can read your comments. I don't know if anybody's on yet, but I'm going to keep that picture up because I'm working on the scowl. I need to be able to see that. Where's my... Oops. That's the product I'm looking to get into. Definitely don't want that on. Sorry about that. I need to go to my channel. Go to live. I'm sporting a really cool shirt, guys. I got this Michael Myers baseball shirt. I'll let you guys see it real quick. It's got my name on it right here, DJ Styles. Got the logo of the, let me see, what else we got? We got the Halloween down the bottom. And on the back of it, you saw that, it has the 2018, it has the 2018 mask. It's really cool. Can I get it closer? I can't really get it any closer. That's a really cool shirt. It's a baseball shirt, and it's actually it's a real jersey. It's made from real jersey material, so it's really cool. I ordered this, I think 2 years ago. I got it online somehow. I thought I saw it on Facebook. I need the damn mouse. Get comfortable, and I need the mouse. Shit. Always something. Always something. Need the mouse. Yeah, the scowl's way off. And I got the picture to prove it. Take off vision, yo. What's happening, buddy? Alright, so much better moods. And I'm working on the scowl. See the scowl in the picture here? That's what I'm working on. Damn pole's right in the way, but you know what? I need the pole. I need it to be there, so I'm sorry. Why don't you? I'll tell you what. To pull that picture up, it's the one with that shadowing, so you can see the scowl lines. And I can see. Well, no. You know what? Do I really want to follow this scowl? I know this is the, damn it, there's so many different, this is the mask that's, it might have been the other, I don't know. I don't want to change this pitch. I know that they, I don't know. I got to figure that out. Alright, so I already got my clay warm. And I know I have to bring it up. You only do this a little at a time. You don't really do a ton of clay at once. First thing I do is we got to set the height. The height. Now there is a little bit of a dent right in there, and I want to keep that there. Not messing with the eyebrows tonight. Been already frustrating enough. I am sticking to working on the scowl tonight. That's what I'm working on, the scowl, scowl, scowl. And maybe, I don't know, this eyebrow's too thick in here. It's too thick this way. It needs to be tapered. You can see it right there in the picture. It needs to be tapered more. It can stay this thickness up in here, but it has to be tapered down more in this area. And I'm going to do that. I'll do that tonight. I'll fix this little bullshit right here. But there's a high spot with this. I'm looking at the picture, you can see that little peak right here. Now this here can kind of blend in. I'm going to have to change the picture to work on this side because I need to be able to see a little bit. I need to see how it goes up and into the head. I think it goes up this way and then cuts back in. Yeah, well, I'm not changing. Like I said, I'm not going by the V cut on that because I don't know what it is, but that mask right there is not the best mask that they had available for this. Now I got to blend. Now I got that peak there. Now I got to make this all kind of like going smoothly, and that's nothing but. And then I got to put the lines into the forehead. Now it's only trying to get the shape in there. Only trying to get the shape in place. Yeah, I have to look at the other masks or other pictures to get a. All right, so I take my glasses off. I can see better without my glasses. Close up. This thing's too sharp. Some tools like this is Kemper tools. These are Kempers, and they got really sharp edges, and I like them, but in this situation I think I need to go a little bit less sharp, more subtle. Come on. See this, I can see it. I can see the high point, it's like right in here. Gotta be subtle, man. I can't go crazy with this. And I shave it back down to make it, smoothed out. Go by this mask. I'm trying to stick with my lines. My line's right here. Staying with that, I'm going to work on top of it and blend it into the other side. So how was everybody's weekend? What'd you guys do over the weekend? Did you go see your fireworks? I worked on music and my pool. I just focused on my music and the pool. I've got to figure this out. All right, I need this ridge is still a little bit higher over here. There's a ridge that comes together right here. I'll make this a lot more subtle. I'm just trying to get the basic shape down. It's going to be lowered quite significantly, but I want to keep that ridge. That's where I can see it on the sculpture. I'm keeping this ridge line right here, and then keeping this kind of flat, and then kind of tucked back in. Oh yeah. Feels like there's a dent there. That's not good. Yeah, I know, it looks like I'm throwing a lot of clay on there. I'm not. It's really, really thin. Really, really thin pieces. Really, really thin. Yeah, the forehead wasn't. Hold on, let me read you. You actually make a break? Make a break? What do you mean, make a break? Make a break. I'm not sure what that means, but did you mean take a break? Did you mean take a break? Yeah, I kind of took a break. I didn't really sculpt or did anything. You know, I really didn't want to. I was kind of. Yeah, I got you. I got you covered. I speak half English too. No. Asylum on, buddy? Where's Asylum? Is he on? Yeah, there he is. Okay. What's up, Asylum? There you are. I'm just squinting because I'm trying to read. Your names are real small, but you know your text I can see pretty good. Yeah, I'm working on the scowl tonight, and I'm going to fix this eyebrow. It needs to be a little bit thinner, right in here, tapered in a little more, but not too dramatically, just a little bit. Right now, I'm trying to get the scowl right. I'm trying to get the scowl to look good, and we're getting there. I'm also going to change this nose. This nose pitches this way. I'm going to pitch it back the other way. That's the way this sculpture is. I'm going to fix this nose. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of clay to this side and take a little clay on that side, and it'll look like it's going the other way. The tip of the nose is lined up perfectly to the scowl, so we're okay there. We just have to make this bridge go a little bit to the left a little. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Hold on, let me see. Where am I at? Right in here. Okay, now the rest is kind of smoothed out, but now I've got to get the, here's the question marks. What goes on up in this region? I'm thinking there's such a little bulge in this area here where this comes in. The scowl goes up and then kind of hooks back in. Kind of like devil's horns or something. You know, they kind of go in, but they're so subtle. But they're there. They are there. For sure. I'm just trying to get this forehead just right. All right, custom, hold on, let me read. Kick off. What's up? All right, asylum. Custom courses, how is the sculpture doing? It's doing okay. Oh yeah, you gotta have this. You gotta have this right. This has got to be right, or else it doesn't appear. Just doesn't look right. But I keep looking. My eye keeps getting drawn to that damn eyebrow, and I want to fix it. It's driving me crazy. So the way I'm going to fix this. I need to turn it, because I got to see what I'm doing here. And I got to do it with my left, and I'm trying not to block your vision. A little bit thicker up in this area. Just a touch. Just a touch thicker. Yeah, well, thing is, if I take away, you can see the picture. You see how that eyebrow, that tip comes all the way down around there? By that picture, it's right on the right spot, right where it needs to be. This here, it's lined up with the eye cut, right to the corner of the eye cut, right in here, look. Hold on. Can't show you that. I don't have a flashlight. But the tip of that eye cut right in here lines up with this, and that's the same way it is on there. Oh, maybe, wait a minute, hold on. No, it goes back a little further. Hold on, I can get away with this. Yes, I can, but it's a real small amount. Shit, how can I get that? I need the tool, I need the shape. I need the right shape. That's as much as I can take off of that. I can't take any more off of that. So what I'm going to do, it's very thick right here. So instead of adding clay to this, because it's already really thick this way, you know, up against the face. So I'm going to smash this a little bit. So it gives me the appearance of it's wider. See, this is the kind of shit that when I'm lethargic and I'm kind of burnt out, I'm not thinking on all four cylinders. Now see how much that made that look wider, but yet I didn't add nothing to it. I just pushed it in further, which was sticking out too far anyway. And now, okay, that's going to look good when I get this done now. Let me texture it. What, I don't understand what you mean. What, definitely take off as you take that clay. There's a heart in the way of your. Say something else so I can read the whole thing. It says clay off. Is that what that says? Clay off. All I can see is clay is O. Clay off where it drops down to the. Take the clay off. I can't. What do you mean? Take the clay off. I took the clay off here. That's where I had to take it off. Because I did have some wiggle room in here. I took it off here. And now that drop down is right. Yeah, that looks good, man. I like that. See, this looks a little too far back. It's just an illusion. Hell with it. I don't care at this point. read you in a second. Let me just try to. Now it's about smoothing out the forehead. How was that shit? All right, let me. Okay, I see what you're saying. There's a little bit of a drop down right in here on the top. We want that straight across on the bottom, and we got that, but when I pushed up and then pushed down, okay. All right, so I think I got what you're saying. So what I have to do is I'm going to have to push up more on this and put a little clay across the top of that. Let's fix that problem. I mean, it sounds minute, but it isn't. You know, you really have to keep pushing. To get things right. Got to get it right. I'll get it. Don't worry. I'm on it, man. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I will get it right. I'll have to push more up on that. See, I'm just really on top of my game today. I can feel it. I can feel it. I need to bring this up to about there to make it level. I got to be careful, not too much. See where I'm going with this? All right, now we take this part and we kind of push this down so it's straighter. Right in this corner. All right, now we come up here. this is going to solve that other issue I was having. Not coming out like when you're looking at it from the side view. Take a little of this clay off because it's way too thick here. Took some of the thickness out of there. Now, yes, I know. I know. I read what you were. I read your mind a little bit. It's got the flatness right across the top, and now I've actually brought this up for far enough to where it looks right on the cut. I like the way this is. I'm not really pushing on this now. I kind of got the shape where I want it, but I'm just trying to get the edging along the side, on top of that, really clean. Okay. Alright, now the thing I want to do is I want to create, you see how flat that is? That's not the way an eyebrow is, because it's hair. So what I want to do is I'm going to create some gouging. This side's got the tape, you know, the different depths. Alright, so what I'm doing is I'm gouging this a little bit. Look more like natural hair. Now, I still feel it has to be thinner in here. It has to be thinner. Not much, but just a little bit. There's a little bit of more of a taper. So I'm going to go up a little bit higher on this. Kept saying, you got to bring the eyebrow up. You got to bring the eyebrow. Well, we're bringing it up now, baby. I got to maintain that flatness underneath too. If you know what I mean. Oh, there it is. Bring that brow up. Yeah, I'm going to bring it up just a touch more. I got to be careful how it goes into this bank here. I can't go up here because if I go up high on this ridge line doesn't work. Look at this sculpture again. Pay attention to the scowl too, not just where the brow is. You got to look at where the scowl is. Comes into the nose. It's got to follow that line right here. The bottom of that follows that line in. I'm not changing that line for nobody because I know that that's right. What I'm a little hesitant on is the fact that the distance between the tip of this eye cut, well actually no, you know what? It is right. This is right now. I just got to get everything blended back in. Yeah, I needed that break. I really did. I needed to walk away from this for a little bit. I changed my lighting on it and everything. I just heard a firecracker out there or something. It's still too thick right in here. It's gotta be thinner. There we go. There we go. Damn, that looks like it's right on the friggin' money, man. That looks on the money. I hear firecrackers. Yeah, it's... Let's see. Let's see what I can do. Let me feel this brow. Oh, well, you know what? You're seeing a little bit of an illusion. There's a lot of shadowing underneath of this. That's pretty straight. It doesn't look like it because there's a lot of shadow underneath there. But that's actually very straight. Damn it, I wish I could, yeah, I know what I can do. Give me a second. I'm trying to tighten it up. Now you can see see it? A lot more level. Like I said, I don't want to, well, I can. Wait a minute. I can do it even better. Hold on. I can do it even better, and I'll tell you what's going on here. Why that looks like that is because yeah, I'm going to bring this up a little bit more, just a touch. Now I'm going to push this into the upper region. Make it thicker. Are you happy now? So much higher than this side, though. Maybe. No, I can't move that positioning. Well, let's see what I can do. Let's see what happens as this plays out. Finally right, yay! All right, cool. Cool. Such a small amount. It's coming up on top of the scowl just a little bit too much, but I have an idea. I have an idea. I'm going to dig into the scowl just a touch. I can't change that line though, that's the problem. Alright, so we'll leave that alone. Now I gotta figure out the other side. First things first. Let's get this back into shape. I'm blocking your view, guys. You're going to have to hang on. You're going to have to hang tight. And now this light is washing everything out so bright. I gotta jack the light back up where it was. Now that you know that this is in the right position. Now, this still looks too thick right here. I can't really do anything about the top. All I can do is push this in more, but then that takes away this level line. What can I do? What can I do? This side either comes up a little bit, or there's going to be more clay added to the top of this. I'm going to bring that up just a touch. I finally got it. I finally got it. Yeah, I needed that. I just needed to walk away for a little bit. You get so mad and frustrated that you just kind of just like, you know what? I need to walk away just a touch. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just a little bit more. Taper it in. This, I like to keep this level for where it's at. That's where it's going to stay, but you need to get this part kind of brought into its where it's supposed to be. All right, something a little bit thicker. I'm going to stick to this. I know I'm blocking your light. I don't care about marring that up a little bit. I can fix that. I just have to make sure I have the right. just to see what that brow looks. That's almost where it needs to bend. I love it. It's coming into play here. It's coming into play. I think we're getting there, man. What do you guys think? I think we were getting close. That actually bends perfectly there. Why mess with that? Just a touch on there. Looks like there's a little bit of a dent right here. Yes. Now that balanced out the thickness of this one. You know what? I think now we got a real shot at making this a real fine collector's piece. But I'm still not happy with this top of this head yet. I gotta figure that out. It's all part of the smoothing out process here. Smooth it out a little bit, then add a little more, and smooth it out a little bit, and then add a little more. Gotta make sure you get the shape just right. So did you guys set off fireworks, or did you go see fireworks? Did you got an old lady? Did you make her see? You make her see fireworks? Dirty old man. A dirty old man. No lady, no fireworks. Well, if you ain't got no lady, you're right. You ain't got no fireworks. You gotta have some fireworks in your life, man. Get yourself a lady. You're young. Get yourself a girlfriend, man. You know what? Better yet, get 2 or 3 girlfriends. Asylum Valley, where did you get that picture? Well, that picture, believe it or not, is actually a cut from the actual. I'm sorry, I didn't see her take that. Take Asylum. That picture is. You know what? Let me zoom it out so you can see what it is. Oops, that's zooming in. See that? That's the actual shot from, I can see that. I can leave that like that. I can see that okay. That's actually a still shot from the extras in Halloween Kills when they were revealing the mask. So it really does give you a nice, and this eyebrow is just a touch higher than this one, so we got this on the money now. I can't see this. A little lumpy on here right yet, so that's all. Well, it's kind of naturally lumpy anyway. It's like a real head. It's a real head. Need a little bit smoother than that though. I don't want. You see how that works? See how I'm smoothing this back into where it's supposed to be? But I can tell, if you look at that picture, you can see how that scowl kind of goes up into here further. And then you see this little shiny spot, like right in here. But it's not, it's so subtle. It's so subtle. And how I know it's there is follow the shadow as it goes up. Follow that shadow. You can see that little shadow. Hold on, let me grab a pointer. You can see the shadow right in here. See, just a touch of a shadow right in. Oh, that damn pipe's blocking your way. Hold on. There's a little bit of a shadow right up in here. You can see it, and it's bright right here. It's bright, and then a little darker right there. That's how I know there's something there. Oh, my project possessed you? That's great. I love it. Oh. If that's what you meant, is my project possessing you? Believe me, I'm right there with you, man. I'm like, because I did say I am gonna friggin' get this thing nailed. I have to get it right. I want it right. And not half right. I wasn't gonna. I needed to walk away. It is when you start seeing something get closer. As you get closer to the finish line with it, you're really starting to see like, okay, wow, this really has potential. That's when I really got kind of anchored in, really got hooked. When I first did this head shape, man, I could not get that head shape. It looked like it was too long. The face wasn't wide enough. It just looked too elongated. And I did fix that with the cheeks. I had to bring the cheeks out a little further here on both sides. There were so many little things that were wrong with my original sculpt. Like this is a little too high up in here yet, and I still got to fix that. But I'm gonna fix his nose anyway. So, and I'm not gonna use that particular picture. Now, let me show you. Take over. Yeah, it's possessing me too, trust me. It's possessing me as well. Okay, so, all right, you know what, let's fix this real quick. Let's get this eyebrow back in shape here, because I bent it when I was... I'm not messing with the tail end of that because that really is nice. The end of this eyebrow is perfect. Take a look at the end of that eyebrow, guys. Look how nice that looks really there. That really looks good. Not messing with that. I had to do that a couple times to get it to look right. Alright, so the next thing I want to do is I want to take my little needle point thing here and I gouge into the... I hear voices out there. Okay. I thickened up the eyebrow a little bit in this region, so now this side looks balanced. Like the other side, I need my square one. What did I just put it down? What the hell you do? There you go. Just a touch. Touch of this, a touch of that. My big loop, my big hoop, there we go. The thing I got to do, and I also, this is a little bit too, like right in there, I got to fix that. Alright, so, I don't want to do that. Alright, what a mess. Lots of boogers. Gotta get them boogers out of there. Alright, I know what I'm gonna do. I know what tool to use. I know what tool to use, but I don't see it here. Wait a minute. Where'd I put it? There it is. the mouth. The cutting edge. Yeah, that pitch was a little wrong. Now it's looking better. Oh yeah, the lines have to go in, but I got to make sure that the scowl's right first. I got to make sure that that scowl is really close to perfect. Yeah, there's still a lot that has to be done. You know, this shouldn't even be smoothed out as smooth as it is right now, the whole face. But in order to really see what you have to smooth it out, kind of. Um, I'm just barely touching that. You see how little bit of clay that came off of that? Barely any clay. But it's got to get. Let me feel this. Low spot right there. Just a touch. It's going to look pretty wild once I get this. Now what I'm noticing is on the picture you can see that this is pitched up, like this is higher right in this area. Not by much. It pitches down, it pitches back into the nose, the scowl. It's getting there. It's getting there. Not 100%, but it's getting there. just a little bit more. Dang, I gotta watch the oil on my face. Don't want that oil mixing in with my clay. Okay. All right, so I'm thinking a little bit of a dent there. Get that out of there first. Level it off. Okay, that looks a lot better. Now I'm going to show you how I put lines in the face. Something's in there, it's driving me nuts. What is that? See, what I did there was I made it shiny right there so I can see the lumps. Like if I make it shiny by rubbing on it, it exposes all the lumps. Now it looks like there's a peak here and a peak there, so that means there's a valley right in between here, and we can't have that. No valleys. It takes a little bit of clay too. So a little worm going right there. Stay off that damn eyebrow. Let's see. Let's do a line. Plastic bag. I need to zoom in on that line. I need to zoom in a little bit on this picture. All right, so it starts right about there. The first line goes up. Let me just do a freestyle. I'm just gonna make a mark where the line's gonna go. It's gonna start here. And I'm gonna dot my way around this whole thing. You'll see. Going uphill. And right at this point, right in here, it drops back down. Not that far though. As far as that one goes, that line's not, that's not done. That's a temporary. This one sneaks back just a little bit further. I'm just trying to put the lines close to proximity before I draw them into the. And I think there might be a break right there. There might be a little bit of a break right here where there's no line. So what we're going to do plastic on, right? Let me try and do this so you guys can see it on camera. All right, see the plastic here? All right, so we're gonna I'm going to pretend there's a break there, just a touch of a break. See how nice that line went in there now? That's the little secret. Now as this gets smoothed out, with naphtha, it'll look better. So I'm not digging real deep. I'm going to keep that line there, but I'm digging in deeper, and then that'll kind of get washed out a little bit with the naphtha. Now this prevents boogers. Boogers are little clay balls that if I were to do this with the blade or the thing by itself, it'll cause ripples and it'll booger up. It'll get boogered up. Yeah, they look pretty dominant right now, but they won't be once I smooth this out with naphtha. One more down here. Okay, let's see what happens. All right, now break out the naphtha just for the forehead. Right in here. I'm not going to go up here because I don't want to do stuff up there yet. Handy little tool. Dig out my read your comments in a second. Just softening up the clay. Okay, now I need my brush. Now this takes out all the clumps too. All the lumpy areas. You'll see how much subtle these lines become. Okay. You guys fall asleep on me or what? Anybody out there? Anybody out there? Okay, I need a dry sponge now. I don't want to keep wetting that down. See how, look how subtle those, now those lines look natural in the sculpture. I have to do those eyebrows again because I really bugged them up a little bit. It's pretty crazy what a little bit of naphtha will do, huh? The needle hole, you know what, I gotta look at the picture. I need a really good profile to line it up where the ear hole is. I gotta see exactly where it falls underneath the neck before I put the ear hole, before I put the needle hole in. I don't want to just wing it and just put it anywhere. I really want it in the right position. And I'm going by the flashback. I'm not going, oops, wait a minute. Put that on too quick. I'm going by the flashback, not the, damn it, get on there. Not the actual original mask. Did it again, dumbass. Got to put the sponge back in. Okay. That's out of the way. I gotta let that harden up. But now we got a better scowl. See how natural looking that those lines look now? Looks kind of like the sculpture there, don't it? I need my glasses. I can't read without my glasses. Alright, so why don't I show you guys? Wait a minute. The needle hole on the flashback mask is weird because it's there, but it's not cut all the way through. Are you meaning as far as the actual mask, there's no hole in the mask, or is it just, it's a indentation on the latex, and it's not poked all the way through as you would. See, I don't like cutting holes into the latex. All right, let me try to explain something. Like the lips, perfect example. Some people like to cut the slit in the lips, you know, and I recommend only cutting in this region right here. Don't cut all the way across, just in that region. Use a razor blade. The problem with cutting the lips, as the mask deteriorates, as it ages, any holes that are in nose holes, gotta have them. Eye holes, gotta have them. Ear holes, gotta have them. But anything that's not necessary to cut into the latex, you want to leave alone. And the reason why is because as latex deteriorates, it literally separates where the holes are. That's where it deteriorates first. That's the first place you notice it. I plan on making, I don't know, man. Some people are like, I don't want a thick mask. Some people want a thin mask. You know, the problem is if it's real thin, the latex doesn't last you that long. You might get 25 years at the most on a thin mask. The thicker the mask, the longer that mask is going to last you. I like to, I make some really thick masks. My masks are pretty thick. And take off vision. All right. Glad you approve. It does look better. I agree with you. I like the way it looks better. The eyebrows needed to go up a little bit. Now I got to get the top of the head. I don't know if I'm going to mess with this any further tonight because I'm just starting to get into that mood where I'm kind of like, I like doing a little at a time. I tackled tonight the scowl. And I think the scowl looks pretty damn good now. I think it does. I think it's pretty close. I still have to do the top of the forehead up in this area because I got to figure that out. I don't know what the hell's wrong with it, but I have to figure it out. I want to get it right. But the scowl looks a lot better. PD24, is that what that says, PD24? Can I ask you a question? Sure you can. Anybody can ask a question. What's the question? Shoot. I want to hear the question. Everybody wants to see the question. Oh, no problem. Yeah, take off vision, definitely. I'll send you the pictures. I'm going to probably bring these lights down a little bit and then out in front to take, to get the better pictures because you want to be able to see underneath these eye cuts a little bit better. You know what? I think I got this exactly where it has to be now because when I'm looking at that sculpture or looking at this mask, I can see the position of where it's at. Now, this mask, the one that we're looking at over here, I don't agree with, the mask itself that they used. Like we said, we figured out that there's several masks that were made for this movie, and some of them were stunt masks, and some of them were the actual hero masks that they used. All right, let me read your question there. If I wanted to order a sculpted mask from you, how much? Hold on. A sculpted mask. I have two sculptures right now that I'm waiting on. Let me get a little closer. I'm trying to read your comment. Do me a favor, DP. Put your caps lock on so I can see the text a little better because the small text kicks my butt. If I wanted to order a sculpted mask from you, how would I order it? I know you get that question a lot. It's the thing. I have a website, but I'm probably going to be selling this mask directly to people. I don't really like, this is copyright protected material, so you can't mass produce this. You're buying the art is what you're buying. And I already come up with a price. I already know what my price is for this mask. This mask and my Night Creeper are going to be $450. I'm not going to test market. I'm not going to do any of that stuff. My masks are going to be $4.50. All right. And when this is done, this is going to be fire. This is going to be fire. You know. So there's a NAG mask. Their flashback is $450. The problem is if you order from NAG, you got about a year and a half. Sometimes I've heard 2 years before he gets his mask to you, because he has so many people ordering his masks. Me, I'm new. I'm new to the game, but that doesn't change the reality of how nice it looks. So, I won't have as many people in front ordering these masks. They see it, it's liable to take off, who knows? But my masks are going to be sold for $4.50. And with this economy, and I just got a stunning reality check with my takeoff. NAG's wait list is 6 months. All right, now Pipe Master that was on the other day, he actually stated that you can wait up to as long as a year to get his masks. Well, I mean, if he can get that kind of money, and everybody, I can't fault anybody for getting the money they seek. If it's really up to the buyer, if they want that mask, if they really think that it's worth $1,000, then who am I to say it's wrong? I'm not going to say he's overcharging. No, I'm not, because you're dealing with an artist, and artwork is we're not talking about store-bought stuff here. This is home. This is made at home. You can watch all my videos on what I ended up and how I ended up to this point with the flashback. It's a lot of work, a lot of aggravation, a lot of fine tuning. Takeoff Vision, you've seen that. $1,000 for a rehaul, that's a little steep. But if he can get it, more power to him. If people want to pay him $1,000 to do it, more power to Nick. Nick does this for a living. I don't do this for a living. I do this for fun. Hopefully it becomes a mark where I'm making a living. But Nick's been doing this for 30 years. He's been doing it for a long time. I will never bash anybody for getting the money that they get. He's been doing it a long time, and whether you like his mask or you don't like his masks, that is not the question here. You have people out there that pay for his masks, and they're willing to pay. So, more power to them. I would never knock anybody for getting their money. I just know that I'm a rookie. Let's just say, all right, perfect example. If I get as popular as NAG with this mask or my Night Creeper, and people are constantly, and I can't keep up, then I have to up the price. All right? Although, wait a minute, NAG doesn't up their price. NAG doesn't up their price. I'm not going to up my price either. I'm not going to up my price. I'm going to keep it at $4.50. I'm making a living off of that. The question is how fast can I produce that mask? If you start getting a 6-month, 8-month, year waiting list for your masks, if people are willing to wait for it, then they'll wait. If not, there's nothing I can do. I'm a one-man show. I mean, to bring somebody in, I could hire somebody to help me make the latex mask. They don't have to sculpt. They don't have to do any of that. They just have to pour up the mask. But see, there's no time in that. All the time is right here. This is where all the work is done, right here in the sculpting, the making of the mask. The mold making can be problematic. I've had issues with mold making, but I won't have that anymore because I'm going to get the silicone, and I'm going to make master copies out of silicone, master molds out of silicone. And then what I plan on doing is actually making hollow clay heads, and then pour or put the stone over the hollow clay head. Let's pretend this head is hollow, nothing inside of it. All right. If it's hollow and it's about that thick, and it'll support the stone. You know, say that the neck's sitting right on the tabletop, right on the, just like my night creeper is. All right, the night creeper's hollow. Well, I'll put the stone over the whole thing and make it a one-piece mold out of stone. And then what I do is I flip it over, and inside the stone where the neckline is, I just take my heat gun, warm up the clay, and then just peel it right out. I already did it once, and man, does it come out easy. I was like, wow, you know, this is gonna be awesome. So it's a better way to do it, and it's more expensive. It's more expensive to do. Now, see, I don't like the way this hooks up this eye. It's not the way it's supposed to be. All right, drop the light. Yeah, no, I don't. Okay. I just need to bump that. Do I want to bump it, or do I want to? I'll cut it. Such a small little bit of clay there, but it looked too round. And like I said, you see, all right, now you can see I didn't bump this clay out too much. It was very, very subtle, very, very subtle. Not a lot of clay on there. What's up with the profile on the nose? Straight. It's not done yet. The nose is a mess. I gotta fix this nose. The nose is another project. That's for another day. I have to, you know, like I said, this is the one thing I don't like doing. Is all right. I set my goal today in doing the scowl. Achieved. All right. I don't want to start pushing into something else. Start getting frustrated, and then. What was that crap? And I just have to fill that with a little brush. That's all it is, just take it and brush it. But anyway, sometimes you get little stones or stuff that's like from the old clay. I'm still working with some of the older clay that I had. And there's some dirt in it. Because the old clay's been molded a couple times, like it's been molded in stone. So you'll have stone mixed in with it. So my price for this mask, once like my night creeper's out and my everything's done, you know, is it's going to be $4.50 a mask. I was going to do $3.50, but then the products to make this stuff is shooting sky high, you know, and we have no choice. As you know, when you're making stuff and you got to pay twice as much for something, I've got to pass that on to the consumer. I have no choice. Neither does anybody else. So the only choice we make at this point is on election day. Nothing else being said on this video. But that's the choice we need to make to fix things. November, we're going to fix things. But even that being said, it's going to take a long time to fix all the mess that they created. Really going to take a long time. They just spent way too much money. That's really what it comes down to. Spent way too much money. And that's what causes inflation, guys. When the government overspends and they think they can just print their way out of the problem, they can't do that. That causes massive inflation. And I don't know when people are going to understand that. I really don't. I know a little bit about economics, so, and trust me, I'm not a brainiac at it, and I don't know every little thing, but I'll tell you right now, I know enough. I've been alive long enough to see through the bullshit. And I've seen a lot of bullshit. I'm 62 years old. I'm hitting that retirement age, and believe me, I've seen the bullshit. And too much to even reiterate. Let's say this. Government isn't working for us. Let's just say that. They work for themselves. To enrich themselves. That's what they do. We the people just get it in the poop chute every time. I mean, has anybody's life gotten better? No, it just keeps worse and worse and worse. That hole is driving me nuts. I'm just going to let that harden up, and then I'll scrape that away. I'll just scrape it away when it's hardened. So now it's got a little pimple. You'll have to live with it, because then that won't get messed with until tomorrow. That clay has to be really hard. But you see what that did? When I naphthed this down, and it made those wrinkles look very natural, just like it does in that. It smoothed out those hard edges, and it made it look like a real wrinkle in the scowl. But the trick is definitely plastic. Yeah, well, the one thing I don't want to do is the one thing I agree with Trump on this is we gotta fix home. Home is where we live. The hell with the world. I don't care about all the other stuff. We need to invest in our own economy. You know, the biggest thing I have that I'm really scared is our kids don't have an education. They're coming out, they don't read, they can't even read. And I don't fault them, I fault the system. The way this educational system is, it's almost like they're doing it on purpose to dumb down our young kids so they don't, I mean, they're filling their head with so much other bullshit. The only thing that they really need is reading, writing, and arithmetic. And I'm not talking about that Common Core arithmetic either. That shit is bullshit. Just reading, writing, and arithmetic. And if we just get back to those kind of basics, you know, if you know those basics, you can achieve anything. Anything. You just need the basics. All this other crap they're teaching us, even history. Well, history will repeat itself if you don't learn from it. So, history is important, but real history, not fake history. You know, they want to do away with our history because it offends people. Give me a break. You know, history's there for a reason, because it happened. Whether it's right, wrong, or in between, you don't eliminate it, you learn from it. So, it's just common sense, people. It's just common sense stuff. We all feel the same way. We all want good things for our families and our kids and our, we want these good things. We want them to be able to make a living. You want them to be able to afford a house. We want these things. But guess what? You got a government that enriches themselves through special interests. And that's the problem. The first thing they need to do is put term limits on our senators. They can't be in there for the rest of their life. And the other thing we need to do is outlaw lobbying. You should not become a lobbyist. See, a lot of these lobbyists, they're lawyers, all right? And that's what it is. A lawyer gets into office, and when they come out of office, they go in and become a lobbyist to change laws to benefit who? The extreme rich, all right? So lobbying, they lobby for companies, they lobby for, everything that's wrong with this country has all been done through lobbying. So just remember that, especially you young people, man. You really want to make changes, start talking in those terms. You get rid of that lobbying laws and senators in for entire lifetime. And that's what I'm saying with like Joe Biden. He was a senator for 50 years. He's been in politics. I wouldn't say a senator for 50, but he's been in politics for 50 years. He never held a real job. So my new rule is I will never vote for any pure politician if he's never worked in the private sector. He will never get my vote. I want to see success in the private sector, working a regular job. I don't care if you work for somebody, but I want to hear success from that person that worked a real job. Not go in as a politician, come out as a stinking rich politician. Doesn't take rocket science. It really doesn't. These people go in and they go in as blue collar people and come out multi-millionaires. Well, the COVID-19, I'm not going to comment on that. Because YouTube will have a fit if I do. So COVID, I'm not even going to talk about. All right, so let's not get on to that. I don't want to get into that because I'm not saying anything. I'm staying away from it. Not that I'm not even trying to make money on my videos, but I don't want to keep not loading up my video, because I keep talking to politics. That's the problem. If I put this up public, and they'll red flag it because I started talking politics. Well, right now, what I'm talking about right now, it's common knowledge. So, I think, red flagging this is red flagging free speech. That's my problem with what they would do. But you still have very powerful people in very high places. And they're making the rules. And we got to abide by them for now. But it sucks. Really sucks. You need to change things. Really need to change things. And the first thing we got to do is get our kids back to basic education. Really get our kids learning real education. Not this crap that's going on now. This Common Core is designed to confuse kids. Their brains aren't developed. And we're talking young kids. We're talking 8 years old, learning Common Core, maybe even younger. Their brains aren't developed enough to think critically. There's a lot of thought process in trying to do Common Core math. The equation is the mind-boggling on how long it takes to actually do a simple a mathematical problem. And I watched it. It's so funny. You watch it. There's a video on YouTube. Common Core versus basic, real, old-fashioned math. This guy, they start at the same time. This guy does the problem in 30 seconds at the most. Does the problem in 30 seconds. This person's just starting. He goes and he makes a pot of coffee. The coffee finishes percolating. We're talking a whole pot of coffee percolates while she's still working on this problem. He starts sipping the coffee before she finally finishes up the problem. Tell me that's not confusing to a child. It is. And it's all by design. They're trying to destroy our youth, not youth, or youths. If anybody understands that joke, have at it. Our youths are not being properly educated. And I'll stand by that till the day I die. And hopefully somebody changes things, because, I think teachers, I want them paid a lot more money. They need to cut a lot of the fat at the top of all these political, what I want to say, the Board of Education, basically. All your board members and all that stuff. These guys are making $800,000 a year on the Board of Education. I'm like, are you crazy? Take all that money that's all fat at the top and give these teachers a raise. But those teachers have to hold the curriculum, and they have to teach, and those kids, if they don't pass the grade, and I don't mean force them through, if they don't pass, you're either gonna lose your job, or you're taking severe pay cuts for every time somebody fails. I don't want to hear the excuses of, well, parents don't do it at home. You know what? Parents can't even understand half the stuff they're being taught today, because they were never taught that garbage. That's the problem. So just remember that. And don't even get me started with the woke crap. I don't even want to go in that direction. I shouldn't have to. You can figure out by the way I'm talking, I'm never going to go for that bullshit. So, anyway. Since I'm live, maybe I'll have to edit the end of this video and then just show me doing the scowl. Was there anything really cool about making the scowl? I don't think so. It just looks good now. Looking better. So, hey, Bo, what's happening, man? So if your mask will be $450 to $500, and you've already lost $2,000 in profit because of the free ones you gave away. Well, I don't care about that. I don't care. I'm all right. Look, if you're looking at it as profit, I gave away, all right, to the people that I feel deserve it here. All right, they've been on here a lot, and here's the thing. I don't do this for a living, all right? I don't want it to cost me a fortune. The latex doesn't cost that much. Once the mold's made, I can spit out. The latex is like $50 for 5 gallons, $80 at 5 gallons. I forget where it's at now, but I have to look at it. I'll look it up. But the latex isn't that much, and I can get like 20 masks out of 5 gallons. Yo, Pipe Master, what's happening, buddy? I worked on the scowl. You know what? This is hardened up enough to where I can fix this little issue right here. Yeah, I want to do that with a small, a bigger hoop. I worked on the scowl a little bit. There was a hole in the head right here. There we go. Get that little piece of clay out of there. So Pipe Master. What do you think with the scowl now? You see the picture up there. We're getting there. Now that picture, it looks very narrow. Let me shrink out of it. Let me zoom out. This is that one where we pretty much really, I can tell that that's not the actual screen used mask. That might be one of the, what do you call it, stunt masks, as somebody keeps putting it. I can't remember which one of you guys said that, but I think it might have been you, Pipe Master, or it might be Takeoff Vision. I forget which one it is, but there's several masks that were made for this movie. And I think this one, these still shots were taken, like, if I go to, hold on. Let me go up here. See all these still shots? These are from still shots from the movie extras in the Halloween Kills. Like if you bought the special edition, you got the extras of where they show off the mask. Well, I think they showed off the actual stunt mask. Now I can definitely see that shadow goes up higher. Hold on. Right here. I'll point to it. So I have to put more clay up in here. See that? See how it's high right here where the light's hitting that? I gotta go up higher right up in here. Yep, okay, well that's no biggie. But I'm not doing it tonight because I got this too soft. I washed it. So this has got to go up a little higher. The scale. Damn it, there's another chunk of some shit right in here. Sorry, this is getting more clay on it for more. Yeah, this will get more clay tomorrow. Well, yeah, but shadows, all right, look, let me explain something here. This dark shadow wouldn't be here if this wasn't high here. All right, this is high up in here. There's light hitting that because of the way the light hits it. It's like this. The cheek here, the reason why there's a shadow there is because the light's coming down on this side and it's casting a shadow inside the cheek. Same thing, anything that's there. So it's got to be subtle. It's got to be, I mean, it's really low. It's really, really, really low. But the scale goes up just a little bit higher. Not significantly. Like this is pretty protruding right here, but this is just a little bit of scale that goes up in here. And there's something going on that goes up this way and then it cuts back in on this mask. I know that for a fact because there's a bump on that side of the head, right there on both sides. All right, hold on. So, getting back to let me check that price because let me check that price right now where I usually get my stuff. Can I do that? I don't know if I can. And be streaming at the same time. Well, no. This won't stop. Okay, yeah, I'm all right there. All right, so I'm gonna pause this. I'm not gonna pause this stream. The stream's gonna keep streaming, but I'm not gonna be able to see your comments because I'm gonna leave this channel real quick and look at my where I get my stuff. It's called Bitty Mold out of Texas. Bitty Mold Supply. Let me see. right, let me mask latex. Urethane, that's not silicone. Oh, here we go, latex products. All right, hold on. Woo, man, that shot up in price. Okay. Mold making latex is now $199, $200. And I was wrong. It wasn't $45, $50. It was $145. That's what it was. It was $145 last year when I ordered some. That shot all the way up to $199. And now, I mean, and this is cheaper latex. You want to go to Bitty Mold. Can you see that up there? Now that's 5 gallons. It's 40 pounds. That's how it's actually weighed. Its weight is weight. It's 40 pounds, which is 5 gallons of latex. It's $199. So, yeah, each mask. I mean, I can get 20 masks out of 5 gallons. Maybe a little more. Probably like 30 masks. Because I don't make them all thick. I make some of the masks thin, some of them thick. So with that being said, yeah, you can see it. It's $199 for mask latex. Now this place is called Bitty Mold. Take a still shot of it if you're in the business. I don't know if you do. I also use Smooth On. Let me back out. Let me go to home. But here you go. This is Brick in the Yard. Mold Supply. Hopefully you can see that from there. Take a still shot of it. The phone number is 1-888-676-2489. And you can reach out to them. And like if you're trying to, the smaller latex bottle was sold out. Looks like there's a lot of stuff, man, selling out. Can't keep things in. I just got a shock of my lifetime with my what do you call it? Ultra Cal 30, which is stone. But I got enough stone now. I was lucky. I picked up 5 50-pound bags. On Amazon, they're selling it for $135 per 50 pounds. A year and a half ago, I bought the stuff, and it was only $35 per 50 pounds. So it went from $35 to $135. All right, and that's just outrageous. Now, where I got lucky was when I went and picked up the product, the guy didn't shell that much money out for his product. He bought it for $35 for 50 pounds. So when he sold it to me, he sold it to me at his cost. Because I buy all kinds of tools from him. I do all kinds of stuff with him. I make molds. I'll make things for him. I'll make like he does plaster of Paris. Not plaster of Paris. Come on, man. It's damn it, now I can't think of the name of it. But he needs molds made and stuff. He needs like little sculptures done for like flowers and stuff like that, and I'll do that for him. I don't ever show that on video because it's not something I enjoy doing. So, but I'll make little things for him, and then he, he shows his appreciation because like some things I'll order, I'll get it at cost. Now, the next time I order, I don't know what his price is going to be because he doesn't know what the price is going to be. He's like, oh my God. And he said all of the plasters are very hard to get a hold of right now. They're all short. And sometimes you have to order it and it takes up to 5 months to get the plaster. So right now I've got about 900 pounds of plaster stockpiled here. So, it's quite a bit. It's quite a bit of plaster I have stockpiled. So I'll be okay with plaster for a long time for molds. So, with that being said, now I got to spend the money for the silicone. There's no shortage on silicone yet. They haven't figured out a way to freaking steal that from us. So anyway, yeah. Now that you got that, and you can get all kinds of supplies from Vidimold, but remember this: shipping's going to kill you because all right, let me see. Now I can go up and read these messages, and I got to do it with my glasses off. But don't do that; it's just shadowing. Okay. Help, brother. You're getting 5 gallons of latex for $50 or $80. Pipe master, what do you think of the eyebrows? I think you finally got it. Take off. The eyebrows look pretty damn good. Yeah, I'm on the money with the eyebrows now. I think I got them right, but I think the scowl. I'm looking at the line here. And that's got to be changed just a little bit to follow the eyebrow. That's got to follow that eyebrow. So I hate to do that, but if I forced up the eyebrows to make them look right, I've also got to fix the scowl. I got to bring the scowl up a little higher on the bridge of the nose. Not real far. We're talking really, really small amount. And why I say that is, look, all right. Let me show you. Hold on, let me turn this monitor over so I can see what you're saying. Okay. All right. And why this is off, and you may not notice it, but I noticed it right away as soon as I made those eyebrow changes. I noticed it right away. All right. See these lines? See that line that comes down? Same with this one. So where it comes down here. All right. This has to line up with this. There's a separation there. See it? That has to line up with this, and that's going to be really difficult to try and nail because of how, and it's not going to be something I'm messing with tonight. I'm just not. But because of that ridge now, bringing this up higher and bringing these eyebrows up where I didn't really want to, I'm having issues with the scowl lining up with the lower bridge underneath the nose area. And if I bring this up too high, you end up with something that doesn't look right. Doesn't look right. I fucking left my mouse over there again. Jesus. So you get what I'm saying? Let me put that camera. Let me put the picture back on it so you can see it. Damn. looking at it straight on. See this line here and this line? They're not matching up with this line. And they have to match up with that line. And that's the problem. Alright, so. What was I going to say? Oh yeah. Let me put this picture back up. Oh shoot. No, that ain't going to do it, that picture. Hold on. Alright, you see this now? See how this ridge line follows right through here? You can really see it on this side on that mask. Alright, but because I brought that eyebrow up, I'm over top of this, and now I have to bring this up with it. Alright, so you know what? Fuck it. Hate like hell to do it, guys, but I'm going to. That side looks pretty good. This side's going to be a nightmare. Hold on, I can't see nothing. Get my glasses so I can read your comment. Can I match the lighting like the picture? Well, the only way I can do that is I've got to make it brighter on this side. Damn it. Well, it don't look too bad. That looks more accurate. But once again, I didn't really want to follow this picture because I know that this is not the screen used mask. This is definitely a guys, I gotta call this a night. You know what? This just fixed something for me, and I just didn't realize it. Once those eyebrows went up, I apologize to all three of you guys. Once those eyebrows went up, I could see that this has to be rounded over more. This was dipping down too far. And now it looks pretty damn good because now it's rounding in like a scowl should. had it too much overhang there. Yeah, man, I'm happy now. That looks pretty damn good. All right, so guys, let me get off of here. I really have to jump because, one, I got to go to the friggin' bathroom. I've been holding it for like 20 minutes. And kind of curious to what's going on. All right, I want to... I'll send you guys all, Pipe Master, and I wish I had everybody's phone number. You know, I could send you pictures. Or actually, friend me on Facebook. Look for John Hickman, and in parentheses DJ Styles with 2 Y's, DJSTYYLES in parentheses. Pipe Master, I'm going to send you some pictures of this. You know, with better, you know, with the lighting out in front and everything. Yeah. So I'm going to send you guys all pictures, and then you guys can tell me what you think. Dead on shots and see what it looks like. And I still got to do the ridge. We're still there. We're getting there, man. We're getting really close. I think this is really, really, really close. You know, it is what it is. But look me up on Facebook. John Hickman, Hickman is my last name. And in parentheses, DJ Styles, right next to my John Hickman name. And then send me a friend request, and then I can send you pictures on Messenger. Pictures directly through Messenger. All right, guys, peace. I'm going to get off of here, and you have a wonderful night. And I'll see you guys on the next Asylum. All right, man. I'm glad you approve. But now it looks a little close because I'm a little too close to the picture. Hold on. God damn thing. There you go. Still shot that bad boy. So what do you think? Are we close? We're getting there, man. We are getting there. All right, peace. I'll see you on the next video. I don't know what I'm doing next. Probably still working on the forehead some more. Still got to get that done. Still got to get the lower lip finished right. That's almost right on the money there. Almost. But we're almost there. Peace, guys. See you on the next video. If you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe, hit the like buttons. People love the likes, or YouTube loves the likes. And hope to see you on the next vid. Asylum, I had to, man. Well, there was a couple reasons for that. The old clay wasn't sticky anymore. I couldn't get new clay or even the old clay to stick together. And it had a lot to do with why I had to remelt it all down to reconstitute the clay. And that's why I had to start over. More than anything else, that's why I had to start over. But I also knew that I couldn't get that head shape the way I wanted it. So I definitely, yeah, we're really, 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 really close with this sculpture. Now that's a stunt mask that's up there on the right-hand side of my computer screen. That's not the actual screen used mask. I think it's not the hero mask. So I don't know. I could tell you because we tried to line up the eye cuts and everything, and it doesn't line up. I took the actual screen used mask and then took that mask and then overlaid them. The eye cuts were off, and so were a couple other areas. And I was like, wow, okay, so what is this? You know, it's really confusing. But I'm gonna jump, you guys, and I think this sculpture is going to be really. I think we're really, really close to having a really, really amazing piece of art here, because that's what it is. It's total art. Now the nose has to be done. The nose is crooked and it's going in the wrong direction. And I'm not talking about where the nose on the bottom is. I'm talking about this straightaway here. It has to go the other way. It has to be crooked the other way and then go back into the top of this nose. So all I have to do is add a little clay on this side and take away a little clay on that side, and it'll give it that crook the other way. That's all it is, because the tip of this nose lines up dead center of the forehead. So that's not going to have to be shifted or moved or anything. It's just the straightaway. It's just the bridge of the nose that has to be fixed. All right, guys, I'm going to jump. I have to get off of here. Peace. See you on the next video. And you guys.